On Saturday, February 4th, the students in Mrs. Bennett's class lost a classmate and a friend, Jennifer Lynch. Jennifer, her 11-year-old brother Jeff, and her parents died of smoke inhalation when they were trapped in an upstairs bedroom by a fire that started in a television set in their living room. It is always hard to lose a friend, and we are left with many thoughts of Jennifer. We'd like to share some of these with you now. We remember Jennifer as a kind and caring friend, always considerate of her classmates. We remember that her church was a very important part of her life, and that she and her family were active members of the United Methodist Church in Old Fort. We remember that Jennifer loved flowers and the beauty of outdoors. We remember her as a student who loved school, who was friendly to everyone, and who was always willing to participate in school activities, projects. Jennifer worked hard on a story for News 6 and was looking forward to being a part of this production. We would like to dedicate this News 6 program to Jennifer.
Back in 1984, when I was on the news desk for News 6, I wasn't actually the anchor. I was one of the people who reported the stories. I guess you could say my story was an editorial. But I've noticed a change between then and now when I'm working on the show, in that they do involve the students more now. Back when we did it, they only had 4 or 5 of us on the desk. And the only time you got to see the rest of the class was at the very beginning, and they did a pan of the whole class, and they got to wave at the camera and everything. And now, of course, they all get to sit on the set, and I think that that's a great improvement. It was different. It's very different from when it was in '84 and today. When I first came back to the station to actually work for the show, and I walked in and I saw the set, I asked somebody, I said, "What set is this? You know, what show?" And they're like, "News 6." And I said, "No way. It's too different."
Hello, and welcome to another edition of News 6.
I also remember when we came to the studio to actually shoot the program, being led into a conference room and going through the script with, I think it was the floor director at that time, and making corrections and practicing, and then coming out into the studio. And I don't know why this sticks out in my memory, but I remember the floor director coming onto the set with this big hunk of a vacuum cleaner and sweeping it. She explained to us that on the cover shot, because the floor was carpeted, it was like blue carpet, real dark, she said that they didn't want any lint or any pieces of paper on the floor or anything because it would be picked up by the camera, so she had to sweep the floor before we actually shot the show.